And what is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Gensym Knight armor for the Warlock. Now, I do apologise that I've already applied the Dead Orbit grade to it. It's just that I've had it for like a week and a half, and I just totally forgot that I'd not done the video. I was meaning to, and played some Iron Banner. Recorded like 20 episodes of Iron Banner. I've got a wicked game to put up, guys. From the very first kill I get an 18 kill streak on one of the games, and I can't wait to upload that. It's fantastic. But anyway, let's get into the alright, let's get into the armour. But guys, the reason I've put a shader on this straight away is because A, I forgot to not do the video, and B, I hate the colour of this armour and the Hunter version. I don't like the colours, guys. So let's get in there and we'll have a look at the flavour text and the stats. Now clearly you can see straight off 10 recovery. Now I don't know, well obviously that's good. I think that's as high as you can get, but obviously I'd like more resilience. Now I still don't really have any. Maybe it's because no one's, I mean people have probably tested it. I really need to look up specifically this stuff. Oh, but I've got the boots at 300, my bad. I think I was saving it for something decent, but you know what, let's just go with something like grenades recharge faster. So melee abilities, class abilities recharge faster. Class abilities, is that all of them? I don't really know. But anyway, we'll do that for now. I'm hoping for like reduction recoil and mods that increase reload speed and things like that, which I have on a lot of armor sets. But anyway, okay, so this is the set in grey, guys. The original colour is, as you can see, is like a weird, gross kind of off-white, pukey, creamy colour. Not nice. And this set's way better looking than it looks in the original puke colour. It really does. Like, I'm surprised. I really like the Hunter set is what I've been wearing a lot, and this set I really like the look of it. And I don't wear this for Crucible because I've not really tested the 3 resilience, and I mean the 10 recovery would be fantastic, but the resilience is an issue for me. And believe it or not, now I know mobility technically only affects walking. Well, it affects jumps as well. But I feel really sluggish when I've got 0 to 1 mobility on the Warlock, and the jump is just flat. Like you try and jump, sometimes I've jumped and just fallen straight off at mat when I've tried to jump a ledge. Like you really have to look up and jump up when you've got 1 mobility, because it really sluggifies the. I'm still on 304. What am I missing here now? The chest piece. Okay, let's just apply this shit. I really shouldn't be wasting stuff like this, but what can we do? You know what? Let's have a look at the other stuff real quick, guys. Sorry about this. Solar grenades. Okay. Reduce recoil for energy weapon, okay. Solar recovery. Then let's go with. I was going to go with power weapons. Let's go with arc grenades because I've only got like a couple of grand left now. Damn, sometimes I've got like 99 grand and I can't spend it quick enough. And other times I've just got no money. So when you apply shaders, legendary shaders to weapons and armor and mods and stuff, you get through like 40 grand easy. So, anyway, guys, let's have a look at the helmet. We'll get looking at the flavour text, then we'll start looking at the actual armour itself. So, I have no use for mawkish sentimentality. What I do need is an assistant who stays alive as often as possible. Ashimir. Like, I knew straight away that'd be Ashimir from his tone. You know, he's got that sort of, yeah, you know what tone he's got. Okay, more health recovery. I'm just going to back out real quick. Is that bumped to 11? No. Okay, so 10 is the highest you can go. Alright, that's absolutely fine. I think if there's any more recovery, I'll take some off, try and put it into mobility, because, you know, what the hell. So, let's look at this helmet then. So, yeah, a lot better looking than I thought. Now, is that a bell? That is a bell, isn't it, guys? That's a bell. Does anyone, like, the three lines on the back of the iconography there remind me of Jade Rabbit. You know, the kind of eyebrow winky things on the logo type aspect on your emblems and things. That looks like a bell. I could be wrong, but maybe that someone might want to research that and drop me online. It'd be quite interesting to figure out what that could stand for. So is this a set designed by Ashimir? I'm just trying to recall the Hunter version. You should go check out that because that's been up a couple of weeks. But I'm sure that's made by Ashimir, and see, it mentions something like that. But anyway, yeah, There's a God. Can anyone hear that kid screaming? I hope not. There's a kid screaming outside. Someone's. Oh my god. I get the most pleasant background ambience when I'm recording. I actually did quite a bit of filtering on mine just to make sure, even though it's probably not necessary. Filter out ambience, reduce. I can hear it like crazy. Sorry if you can, guys. But anyway, I mean it's a pretty simple design, but it's really nice. I like the look of it. Yeah, this top part here just kind of it reminds me of something. It reminds me of something to do with Krypton or Doctor Who Time Lords, where they've got that weird hat thing. But it actually looks really nice on this because it's not too extended. And the face masks, I know, like, I'd love to know what, like, you know, some face masks are blocked with certain mysterious energy. Like, what is this? It looks like darkness. Well, it looks almost like darkness, but it'd be interesting to see what it is. Could it be darkness? Because Ashimir's leg got replaced by a Vex construct that built a Vex leg in its place, and the Vex technology is spreading through his body. I wonder, and you know, I don't think they're aligned with darkness, but there might be the pawns or puppets of it, so you don't know. But it'd be interesting to know what some of these materials are, these energy. I know they're just there to block faces, aesthetically, but is there some sort of context for the game? Interesting to figure out. So, resilience and recovery. Gensym armour. Let's hope it does you more good than did me. Ashimir. Okay, so this is his own armour. This is what he was wearing when he went into the Pyramidion and fought the Vex and came out all fucked up with like half of Vex body and shit. Nice looking armor set. Pretty simple. I like the 4 braces on his wrist there and his forearm. The shape of that's quite interesting. It seems to be the general. There's like a subtle curvature throughout the entire armor set, which I think is quite nice. Now I know I've mentioned this. Now these are like pretty much the standard gloves for most armor pieces, but I like the fact that it looks like an exoskeleton. It's like an armored. I mean, we'll say plastic for argument's sake, but we know it's not plastic. It's some sort of advanced alloy or something that protects the hands. And then you saw the rubber grips on the inside of the palms. That's a nice little touch. I mean, to grip your weapons, that's real nice. But the back of the hand is protected, just like the rest of the armour. No real shoulder pads to speak of. These small armour pieces here that fit really nice on the curvatures of the chest piece. You can see the bond there, but we'll look at more closely at some point. Again, it's got these curvature type. I wonder if there's a significance to the shape there. The bell's curved, the armor's curved, the wall. I wonder if it's. It'd be interesting to find out. We know it's a symmetrical design. I like the crisscrossing effects on the arms. That's pretty cool. So yeah, overall, it's pretty simple, but it's got an elegance to it. And we can see the Traveller insignia there on the chest piece, but we'll look at that more closely when we get the chest piece up, which I do believe is next. So let's have a look at the flavour text here. So, have you ever considered that the Traveller might be just as chaotic and arbitrary as everything else? Ashimir. So, let's get a bit more. So, I mean, the chest piece is nice. I wish I was a dude. Like, the female Warlock looks okay. In fact, it's probably the female Titan looks horrendous. Because, like, you know, like these small tiny hips and a bigger waist and then these big like tiny shoulders but with big shoulder pads on, just doesn't look right. So in a non-comparative sense to itself, the female Warlock's got a fine shape. It looks cool. It don't look, it looks normal, like a normal human or whatever. But the male's so much buffer. And it looks like a proper warrior with like a big chest, his wider body, wider arms. Obviously it makes sense, generally a little bit bigger, but it looks so much cooler. So this is why I said non-comparative view. When you compare the two figures, it looks fantastic. Now I started again with my characters, but I was just hoping that, you just don't get a choice to change it to male, really, without starting from scratch. I mean, come on. I didn't realise. But anyway, we've got the, it's zoomed out a little bit, but you've got the insignia of the Traveller there, with this elaborate iconography around it, some sort of diagrammatical sketch, an architectural sketch, something like that. But it's probably, knowing Ashimir, it's probably identifying wave patterns or energy forms or something. But this insignia is actually etched quite largely on the back of the cloak, and it is etching. It's like imprinted. It's like D print, like a a D emboss type thing. But overall, I do like this, and I love the grey. You've got this see-through part here, this like plastic connectors here, see-through. And what's interesting about that is that on the Hunter, the hood has got like a see-through layer on the outside of extra material attached to the cape. It looks really cool. Looks really cool. But I like this like solid chest piece, and then goes into like a long set of, the Warlock robe. Nice detailing, just overall nice detailing. Fits nicely. You can see the open front for the boots, and looks pretty good. Obviously, we'll do some usual colour tests. So, the flavour test. Congratulations on finding your true colour in life. You have been an adequate assistant. He's a dick, isn't he? He really is a dick. But okay, so the boots, guys. Okay, you've got a bit of a prison uniform vibe going off there, or some pajamas, like with the patterns. But actually, they don't look silly, because if you look at the robe from certain angles, you can see all the lines in it. See it on the light there. So this is an overall texture on all the armour, far more subtle. Obviously, it's like weaved from a certain material, and it looks like this. But I love the detailing, like the fade marks where we'll say seams or pressure points have had some tension, or some, they've been rubbed away, and I just think it's really nice. So the boots, this curvature, like almost like a bell type shape, isn't it? Just like on the back of the helmet. I'd love to know what that is. Pretty straightforward design, but that's what I like about this. Some designs for Warlocks and Hunters and Titans are so intricate, and you don't really realise it till you go in and look at the detailing. But there's some beautiful detailing added to armour sets that are so complex that you don't even notice how complex they are, because they're so complex, but they're intricate. And I think what's happened here is you've got a really intricate design, but it's really elegant and it's simplified, which is a nice contrast, and to me still looks really great. I don't think you'd be disappointed not seeing original colour, guys. If you've got any single pieces of any class, you'll see the original pieces, and the colour's gross. All right, let's have a look at the Warlock Bond. Last piece of flavour text. Remember, the universe is a chaotic system. This frippery won't protect you from the continuum, Ashamir. Okay, so the continuum is talking about the continuum, the universe, the continuum of cause and effect. Is he talking about the Vex continuum? Who knows? But okay, so the bond. Okay, we've got this. This curvature type shape that's a general motif throughout the entire armor design. And you've got that see-through plastic, or whatever it is. We'll say plastic for acrylic, whatever. Obviously, it's some sort of advanced armor tech, but yeah. But I like the fact that little bit is see-through. It's just a nice touch. And the fact that it's a beautiful contrast against the overall design of the armor, but then the location that it's like reinforced in location directly next to the chest line where these parts are. I think that's a nice little touch. Maybe I think like this because I've got several degrees in design, so I'm trained to look at these elements and consider them and notice them. Maybe it's that. Maybe I don't know. It's become part of my natural way of thinking now, because I've studied design for so long and worked in design and taught design at university. So kind of maybe that's why I think like that. But anyway, guys, let's quickly get off into the colour change set. We'll do a few select colours. Let's do some gross ones. Okay. The vest or vest? Okay, gross. Yeah, it's a shame some of these are one use, because like it's so frustrating, because like especially when you're using exotics, like you're shading one way to match a certain armor set that you did early on, and it looks fantastic. But when you're wearing with a different armor set that's a different colour, they look shit. So you change them again, and you're going through some of these. Like I bought a shitload of these earlier, or last week, or this week, I don't know, because you can only get them with the bright dust, and I've been using them a lot early on, so it's one of my favourite shaders, the monochromatic. So new Monarchy diamonds. I think this looks great. The problem is that I want to use it on everything. It looks better on some other things where the gold is more prevalent, but the only gold here is really the wrist cufflinks, the back of the helmet, and the Warlock on there and a few attachments. But still looks pretty damn good. It's the better of the two, I think, because it shows like there's a silver on the weapons. There's a nice silver part. This is the less pleasant of the two, I think. Looks quite good with the grey versus the red though. There, looks quite cool. So obviously we've got the Dead Orbit's Fate, and this is the Dead Orbit's Camo, which I tend to think is not as good as the natural grey. It's a bit lighter, but it's okay. You know, it's all right. You know, whatever floats your boat. So let's have a look at the Iron Wolf. So I've got a few more of these. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? I love the silver. Like when I first got the first set that were gold and silver, put it on the Errant Knight set. It looks fantastic. But I love the silver more than gold. Like there's full sets of armor you can have gold, but I just like the silver more. I think that looks absolutely beautiful. I wish there was more. The silver only applies to like metal parts of armor. So like some armor sets like the Errant Knight that's fully armored up, like, oh, it's all silver, it's great, oh, it's so good. So the Midnight Talos, this was the first gold look I got. Now, what the gold is usually applied to is like the metal, but obviously there's a silver and gold metallic element here, and because there's not much metal on here, they've gone for silver as this main part. The only problem with the gold is that any parts that this gold applies to is not just metal, but it's certain parts of fabric, and I don't like how the gold looks. It comes out of this bright yellow, and it just doesn't look right. The bright yellow is really off-putting for me personally. Well, we'll have a look at the Future War Cult while we're here. We might as well have a look at the three shaders. This is the final one. Worst shader by far. I don't know who picked the yellow. That's what bothers me more than anything. I mean, they look shit compared to Destiny 1 Future War Cult shaders, but the yellow's like this creamy, pukey 1970s gross shitness. Damn it, Bungie, man, you made so many goddamn mistakes with this game, and this was your chance to save the catastrophe, which was the release of Destiny 1. And yes, I still love Destiny 2, I do, I can't help it. It's got that addictive mechanics, the core game's so fucking good. But man, like I keep saying, it lost 2 million fucking players a few weeks ago, and they're not back. They'll come back for DLC, but the DLC streams, it's showing an extremely small amount of content, and from what looks like a pretty mediocre set. But still, even though I think the game is mediocre overall, like it's one of those games that does everything okay and doesn't really do anything particularly bad, but it doesn't do anything amazing. Apart from those core mechanics from Destiny 1, like the gunplay, the jumping, the floating around, but the supers not as good. Like they're not as powerful. The exotics are not as good in Destiny 2. They're not as powerful. There's a few that stand out, but not many. Like in Destiny 1, you really felt the power of using your super, and you get it far less in Destiny 2 as well. You know what a grind it is in PvP. Most I've ever got it is, I think 3 times, but I had like a fucking, oh no, you know what? I think twice is the most I've ever got it. I could have got it 3 times, but I didn't use it enough. You know, so you try and save it for that right moment. So yeah, the monochromatic. I wanted to use this, but that looks a little too. Hey nurse, you know what I mean? Like a bit too clinical, it's a bit too white. I can't really explain it, but monochromatic looks fantastic on some things. But I don't know. I think the design of the armor is too simplistic. It's elegant, but it's too simplistic for a colour set so simple. And you're like, well, dude, you've got like a solid grey. I know, but the greys, and it's got the whites and blacks in it, and it's got, it's got variants in colours where the solid white is solid white, where that grey that I'm using has got like little subtle changes in it. So the Golden Trace, one of my very first favourite shader, because you can't really see it from here. You can see the shimmer on the chest plate, but if you zoom in, it's got like that carbon fibre look to it. And like I said, I applied this to the Knight Errant as well. The Knight Errant, this was the first shader I applied before I went to the other one, which I like better. But yeah, solid gold and then like carbon fibre look. It looks nice. Even that looks pretty nice. But it's got a subtle, because of the design of this armour, it's got a real subtle quality to it. So okay, I can't believe I'm going to look at the Hakkei history. Always just doesn't know. Okay, that's almost. Okay, guys, let's go back. That's almost close to the original colour, like the original puke grit. It's a bit not quite as. I don't know, but it's pretty much that colour without the orange and nice. That actually looks nicer, believe it or not. I know, guys, I know. Alright, let's look at the Callus. I don't like this armour. Nah, it's too simple, isn't it? Still not done the raid, guys. I've done like, still not done it. I've done, obviously had a few attempts at a few things, but never really completed anything. Ah, the FRUMIOUS blue set. That actually looks alright. The solid silver's nice, but the blue, that blue, it's too much on this set. Like, if that blue covered smaller parts, yeah, I could work with that. I know these videos, oh, this is a 20-minute video, these probably go on longer than you need them to, guys. I do apologise. I just, you know, I like to, you know me, I like to ramble on. Got the SUROS modular, and I like looking at shaders. I know I take my time with it, but I do like to look at the shaders. I'm not got Noble Constant Red. Yeah, everything's a little bit too simple. Look, the design of the armor is a little bit too for this. So I think that's a problem. So let's go in here and we'll say goodbye. So guys, there it is. The Gensym, I think it's Gensym. I don't know. I've not really heard of an auditory pronunciation, so we'll just assume that it's Gensym, and I'm getting it right. There's a Gensym armor set. It's actually one of my current favourite sets, which, believe it or not, I can't believe, because it is really simple. But I love the Dead Orbit stuff. I didn't realise how good the new Monarchy stuff looked for the Hunter, and I've not been new Monarchy yet. So damn. I hope they don't. I hope we still got a chance to get the full armor sets. Like, I know they're planning on changing armors in different seasons, but if they don't give you a chance to get every armor piece for every character, well, that sucks. Plus, like, I've turned in the maximum number of packages to 2 characters twice and not got the full sets or armor because the RNG screwed me over. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to say, if you watch this far, I appreciate it. I'm almost at 300 subs, guys. Spread the words. I'm so excited. I really appreciate the support. I like the fact that people are interested in the crap I put up. No, seriously, guys, I do appreciate it. Feel free to share the video. Please comment. I've replied to every single person that sent a message, even nasty ones. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to say it one more time, guys. Please go and watch my Horizon Zero Dawn videos. They're on for a long time, so an hour, maybe 2 hours sometimes. But it's just one of those games that's so beautiful and fantastic. I just love playing it, and I want you to enjoy watching it. I've done the full DLC. There's like 6 or 7 episodes, anywhere between an hour and 2 hours long. Watch them, guys. All the cutscenes are there, all the dialogue when I'm talking to people, the world, the monster fights, me getting my ass owned. Oh, it's amazing. I've started it all again. I did 4 episodes, and then I was like, damn it, I want to do this on hard because I've not taken any damage in the like 8 hours I played because I'm too tough because I'm over leveled. Damn. So I started it again. I've done 1 episode on hard mode. Feel free, guys. Please go and check out my Nier Automata. Fantastic, unusual as fuck game, and I've got Gravity Rush 2 to install. If you want me to install that and start playing that at the same time as Nier Automata, this and Horizon Zero Dawn, let me know. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you all on the next one. So cheers.